So I'm basically doing the relocation and I'm building my own lines. So yeah, I'm building my own lines. I basically got everything off of Amazon. Got 0-gauge wire from Amazon, all these connectors and heat shrinks from Amazon. This I think they call it fire sleeving or something like that. That's from Amazon. My breakers are from Amazon. So I'm basically building my own battery relocation kit. But what I'm doing now is I'm doing the line for the starter, and then I'm doing the line for the alternator, and then I'll do the main line that goes to the trunk with my battery relocation. Look at this tray I got. So I got this tray from Amazon as well. It came in pieces and I built it, and then I bought this. It's a pretty much a kill switch, and it comes with a remote, so you can turn off the power too. So it comes with this remote right here. Comes with this remote. So off, no power. On, there's power. Pretty cool. Yeah, I pretty much got a kill switch. So all I gotta do is finish building these lines, heat shrinking it and tubing it, and basically doing everything for all 3 lines. Run it to a breaker right here, then run the big line to the back to another breaker. That's why I have 2 breakers. Here's the other breaker right here. Look where I put it. I basically took apart the fuse box and I put the breaker right there. So that way, this line that goes here to the starter can just junction right here. And then there'll be another line going from here on top of this line to the alternator, which will go, and then another line will go here to the trunk. So that way my alternator and my starter is protected, so it doesn't catch on fire. I'm really not trying to just be sleeping one day and then this whole thing just catches on fire because I did it wrong. So that's why I'm doing the extra steps and putting an extra breaker. But damn, I've never done this before. Look how professional this line looks. Looks so good. So good. Alright, I got the starter one in and tightened. I'm kind of mocking up the second line. So there it is right there. I didn't put anything like the heat shrinking yet because I'm just kind of measuring where the lines need to go. So it looks like I need to snip it right there and put a terminal so that way it can junction right there where the light is. But here's the one for the starter. Yep, it goes up underneath because you don't want it near any heat. Up over, I think this is a fuel filter, which it doesn't matter, it's only temporary. I'm gonna get a fuel pressure regulator anyways, so all this is gonna get deleted anyways, and then I'll put some hangers on the firewall right here. Goes down and right there to the starter. Perfect. Looking good, looking good. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this line and go ahead and connect it here, and then that'll be done for the engine bay part. All right, making good progress. I just got the alternator done. There it is, going into the circuit breaker right there. Routed it away from everything. It's looking good. So the last piece of this puzzle is basically running one cable here, going to the battery, or to the breaker and then the battery, and that's about it. It's coming out pretty good, really clean. Hell yeah. All right, check it out, boys. So stripped out the trunk. Here's the wire. I fed it through. Goes all the way to the inside. See, there it is. The little access hole. That was already there. Alright, there you go. Comes over here. Pop this little carpet out. Then it feeds up under here. Around this sill right here. And I'm about to feed it through up there. Here's the end of it. I still have to like feed it through. See? So here's that part that goes to the other part of the junction. I just gotta feed it through that hole over there. So I fed it through just a little bit. Oh, look at this. So there it is. The power wire comes up. It's actually kind of cool because I was able to utilize these OEM clips, and then I put zip ties on each corner just to make sure this never falls off and rubs against the tire, because that would be bad. And it goes into right here, into where it's supposed to go. So yeah, we're pretty much done with this side of the battery relocation. So I was trying to find some way, I was mocking this up on how to mount it in the trunk, and you can see there's hella ridges and shit, so there's really like not a good way to mount it. So I thought about it and I built these brackets. It was just one flat bar piece of steel, kind of like this. It was just flat like this. And I went ahead, drilled some holes, did some measurements, and I just painted it gloss black. What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna have this like this, with the bolt, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put a mounting location right here. Because I try to do the tray on top of here and put the bolt here, 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 and here. But with those little bumps and ridges, this doesn't exactly sit flat, you know what I mean? See the ridges and stuff? But it sits flat like back here. So with that, I can have it hold like kind of like this, and it will hold the tray. So I'm gonna have to do it like that. And man, this took like almost an hour just putting it in this vise. Like you can see all the stuff from when I was cutting and hitting it with a hammer and stuff. Here's the battery box all put back together, and here's those little L brackets that I made. I could have just bought L brackets, but these are like really strong steel brackets, and I made it myself. Oh yeah, look at that. Perfect. Now I have a way to bolt it up. Damn, I did it perfectly. Everything went swimmingly. Like, the thing is solid. I didn't fully bolt it down because I still have to take out the trim and kind of figure out where I want to mount this this breaker at. So I gotta mock up the battery, put it on, and then mock this up, so that way I can run this line to one end of this, and then the other end goes to the battery. Sweet. All right, let's do that. There it is. Got the breaker mounted. Did rib nuts with the rivet tool. Well, here's the mounting locations. I did rib nuts as well, but I drilled it, when I mocked it up, I drilled it through the carpet, so those bolts that are holding the breaker will go through here for a nice clean install. It'll be right on top of there. You see what I mean when I get everything back together. But yeah, man, I just gotta finish rerouting the wire to where it's supposed to go up front, finish the wiring for the breakers. Right, well, I fished the wire up in there, through here, in the back. It zipped out of here. I just followed this loom up in here, and then it goes in through here on the inside. I was gonna run it through over here, but over here it's kind of sharp, and I don't want it to rip through. And over there, it doesn't even touch at all, so that's the only reason why I ran it through there. Right, here's where I'm at with everything. Here's where I routed the wire. It goes up, and it's kind of cool because it goes right under this little panel right there. So it'll be cool because it'll be protected from like the bag setup and stuff that's gonna sit right here. And check this out. I'm now gonna crimp the terminal on this thing, but I did it really clean. So instead of just drilling a hole right here and having it come out, because that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna just drill a hole here or right here or something. But this is a OEM clip that holds the panel, kind of like this. And I drilled that out so that this wire can come through really cleanly and just come up and over right here. So I'm gonna crimp the terminal and see how it looks like. Just crimp the terminal and I put it on. Look at that setup. I think I gotta trim this just a tad just so it doesn't bulge out too much, because the wire is kind of fat. But clean ass setup, man. Happy with how it came out, really happy with how it came out. Definitely take your time with this, because you don't want any shorts, and you know, with wires they always get rubbed through and stuff, so you always want to kind of do everything clean and be cautious of where you're routing the wires when the car is vibrating and stuff, because they can always rub through. But that's why I have breakers anyways. Like, these breakers will like see the short and just go off. So when they go off, this will come out like that, signifying that there's something wrong with one of the wires, or there's a short somewhere. So then you can just reset it. Once you fix whatever you think it is, you put this back, and then basically you can test it again, put power to it, and if it goes off again when you try to test it after you're done going over everything trying to fix it, then there's another problem. Alright guys, I pretty much finished everything. Jumping the battery because this battery's been sitting for like a little bit, so it looks like everything's working. None of the breakers went off or anything right when I turned it on, but I'm testing out the kill switch. Look, it works. So here's the light, right? There's power. Got the kill switch right here. Press off. There you go. No power. Kill switch on, or kill switch off. Yes, sir. Power off. No power. Power on. Let's go. It's been a while, but none of the breakers went off, so that tells me everything's good. Let's go ahead and try to see it start it. Looks like we have power. There's something up with this gauge. I think the wiring over there, the wiring in the front, I gotta redo or something, because that gauge is malfunctioning. Let's see if it starts. Almost. Gotta let it charge a little bit more. But that's promising though. As long as the car starts and none of the breakers go off, and then you should be good. So I'm gonna let this charge for a little bit and I'm gonna attempt to start it again. Okay, attempt number 2. Let's see what happens. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Breaker didn't go off, so that's a good sign. See if this breaker went off. Nope. Alright, well, let's take off this. Let it charge by itself. Now if it just shuts off, then there's something wrong. Something's draining the battery. But right now it should be charging the battery. So here's the setup. Pretty clean. I got the kill switch right here. It goes down, and I put it right here down to bare metal. There's the breaker. This goes up to the fuse box, or the breaker in front, and this goes right here directly to the positive terminal. Looking good. This shit's solid too. This shit not fucking going nowhere. Look at that shit. Hell yeah. Oh, and I guess the gauge isn't messed up either. I guess it was just too low on the battery. So I guess my wiring is all good. I don't have to do shit. Nice, nice. Oh, something's up with the oil pressure gauge though. I think I connected the wires backwards. I'm gonna have to redo that connector because it's reading wrong. It should be at 0. Everything else looks right though. Okay. Alright. Nothing caught on fire yet. Right, well, it's been about like 10-15 minutes. Everything seems like it should be working as it should, but since it's warmed up, let's give it a few revs, shall we? Some stu-doo-doo. Oh, yes sir. Oh yeah. And if you guys are doing this like yourself or at home, or if you have a R34, and you're wondering, okay, what these connections are, so this right here is for one of my gauges that goes inside of the car, so it gets power off of there. This goes to the battery back to the trunk for the relocation. This one goes to the starter, this one goes to the alternator, and this one right here goes to the fuse box. See? You see where I routed it? It goes right into the fuse box. So this originally connected to the positive terminal, the OEM positive terminal, and it was on a clip. So what you got to do is you got to clip that clip, and it's just one consistent wire, so you don't really have to worry about it being spliced to anything else. So you clip this clip, you put a terminal on it, and I just went that extra mile and I put the sleeving and the heat shrink. Alright boys, that concludes the install of the battery relocation. I hope this helps you guys out. This one was specifically for the R34, but you can pretty much apply it to any car. It's pretty much the same shit. You can do it to any 240, JZX, whatever. I'll leave everything that I bought on Amazon down in the description, just in case you want to replicate like everything to a T, since I kind of went into detail about everything I did. Everything was pretty much bought on Amazon, so there's really no guesswork. You can literally buy the whole entire thing that I bought and, yeah, like I said, apply it to any car. But if you made it to the end, thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something, because I did a lot of research before I even attempted to do this. I was just going to pay someone to do it, but, you know, you can only trust yourself to do the right job, right? So with that being said, guys, it's like 2 a.m. I'm gonna get to sleep, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully I get my bags installed by that point, and we can go mob around with it. Still waiting on the plates. I have insurance already, so all right boys, good night.